No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
As far as my relationships with all people, I think I have great relationships with all people. I am the least racist person in this room. Bad deal, should have never been thought of. Then I have an Article 2 where I have the right to do whatever I want as president, but I don't even talk about that.
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. They hold this institution in contempt. They hold the Republican Party in contempt. They hold the Democratic Party in contempt. They think that maybe, given all of the crises facing this country, it's about time that there was some bold leadership here and that this institution made some hard choices.
Look, talk about education. I propose that what we take is those very poor schools. School, not daycare. School. Help. They don't know quite what to do. Play the radio. Make sure the television, make sure you have the record player on at night. The phone. Make sure the kids hear word.
And this is just the beginning of America First.
Righteousness versus Satan. Yes, Satan. Because these leftists are evil.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order. We don't want anybody hurt. It's a very tough period of time. There's never been a time like this where such a thing happened. Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. That was an opinion of somebody.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. I'm about to be 34 and I have no family.
Watch Hillary examine the terrain. Watch a campaign with the man Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine in the membrane. Tim Kaine in the brain.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA anymore.
In a lot of ways, Richard Nixon was more liberal than I was.
Did you use the word smart? So you said you went to Delaware State, but you forgot the name of your college. You didn't go to Delaware State. You graduated either the lowest or almost the lowest in your class. Don't ever use the word smart with me. Don't ever use that word.
Oh, give me a break.
Because you know what? There's nothing smart about you, Joe.
Oh, yeah. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but you're now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were put there a number of hours.
They're not accountable to anyone. I get 10 to 12 million views a month.
All of a sudden, we can't talk about Neanderthal DNA.
Audience. They won't come out and address Bree's audience, or Katie's audience, or Justin Jackson, or you. They are not accountable to us. They're accountable to the whoever the fuck themselves. Let's not kid ourselves. As Chris Hedges taught us a long time ago, the people attracted to politics are the most mediocre of people. They're not your friends. They are elected servants.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
They're not your fucking friends. They're the people standing in between us and fucking healthcare. They're putting their fucking personal position ahead of that. Don't fucking forget that.
We could talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in forced vote.
I'm talking about anybody who's a progressive in Congress who isn't endorsing hashtag the vote. All those motherfuckers who didn't show up today at our town hall. Every fucking one of them is selling you out and canceling you for their own personal gain.
So stupid. Thank you.
They're
so
not
stupid.
accountable
So
to
stupid.
anyone.
Thank you. So stupid. Thank you.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
It was an amazing phone call I made. 40 Wall Street actually was the second tallest building in downtown Manhattan. And it was actually, before the World Trade Center, was the tallest. And then when they built the World Trade Center, it became known as the second tallest, and now it's the tallest. And I just spoke to my people.
No good. Really bad for you.
Hello, users, and welcome to a hot, spanking new episodic installation of Above It All, the best, objectively speaking, of course, podcast and live stream in the world. In the world. I mean, I'm really like there's no more of that. I mean, this is as good as it gets, folks. You've outdone yourself on this intro. Thank you. All right, this is it. You know what time it is. It's time to read everyone in the chat room's username. Hello, Mike. Hello, Esports. Hello, Joe Chen. Hello, Leah. Hello, Bo Dan. Hello, haha, made you read my name. Hello, Joe Chen again. Hello, Hattie had me like. Reminder, school, motherfucker. I'm not going to let you live that down. Nicholas Nordland. Hello. Bethany in the chat, hopefully not eating Pop-Tarts and butter. Hello, Rouge Shady. Hello, Guinea the Dragon. Hello, Quincy Smith. Hello, Ham. Hello, Sure Yif. Show the Guy Fieri meme I posted on stream. I don't know how. I don't know what meme you post. Oh. I'm sorry. It's not good enough to be posted on stream. I'm so sorry. I hate to be the one making these executive decisions. But I don't know who Guy Fieri really is, to be honest. So I don't get the joke. I'm sorry. Don't hate me. Hello, Billiard. Hello. Hello, Virgos. What is Papa-loppin'? Hello, Lauren. Hello, Zero Pain Elemental. Hello, But Is It Art? Hello, Misery, my sweet. Hello, Fun Police. Hello, Jaynez. They robbed me of my Neanderthal DNA. All I got was soup. Oh my god.
And then they have cans of soup. I
have a protein shake every work morning. All I've got time for. what is in your protein shake? Is it like something you buy at a store, or do you make it yourself? That's an important question. By the way, speaking of shakes, I got a blender recently. So I'm going to start blending very soon. Hell yeah. So I want to make an official announcement to this chat room. I'm going to announce to this chat room, I have a Cash App. So as you can see at the top of the screen, hold up, where is it? Is it this way? Yes. Over there, I have been demonized, right? So I've got a Cash App. People recommended I make a Cash App. So if you've got one of those and you want to back me up, there you go. I've got a Cash App. So that's a thing. I think there's like a QR code. I don't know how it works. I'm still learning. But yeah, so if you want to give me money on Cash App, that's good. There you go. So today's stream is going to be a little interesting. Marjorie Taylor Greene is apparently going to be holding a press conference at 11 a.m. Over the shit that happened over the last, I guess, 12 hours. So 24 hours, I should say, maybe 16. As you can tell here, I will be holding a press conference, blah da 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 dee da. Whatever this is. There's no volume? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I woke up early this morning literally laughing, thinking about what a bunch of morons, the Democrats plus 11. Oh, I love it. That's very Trumpian. The Democrats plus 11. I'm sorry. Marjorie Taylor Greene is, Trump missing from Twitter has been a huge problem when it comes to comedic relief, but I'll be getting into that shortly. But Democrats plus 11, that's good. I love it. Are for giving someone like me free time. In this Democrat tyrannical government, conservative Republicans have no say on committees anyway. Oh, this is going to be fun. So, oh God. I mean, shout outs to her for at least, I don't know. I don't know. Shout outs to her for just being alive, I guess. This is her header image. I'm not gonna lie, she looks pretty cute with the aviators. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. Getting a little bit of a Tom Cruise vibe on that one. So, but yeah, we'll be seeing that, I guess, in an hour from now. Let me double check. Is it 11 a.m. EST? They don't specify EST, so there you go. But let's see. I'm trying to get my information. Information. You see that? That was like, because information is just, a combination of two words. Anyway. So I want to talk about this letter. There was a letter posted. A letter of interesting proportions. Good morning. Hello, yodeler. Aviators that are not tinted any cool colors. I sleep. I'm sorry. I think that's your inner zoomer coming out, Billiard. You just can't stand a classic look. I think MTG does need okay, I'm gonna be honest. Every time y'all say MTG, I read it as Magic the Gathering. I'm sorry. I don't even play Magic the Gathering. Like, I've literally never played it in my life. But every single time I see these motherfuckers talk about MTG, I'm thinking like we're playing some card games. So like whenever I see MTG, right, my brain reads that as Magic the Gathering. And then my brain is like, I don't even play Magic the Gathering, but I prefer Yu-Gi-Oh! So then my brain is automatically starting to get combative about how Yu-Gi-Oh! Is better than Magic. And we're talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene. So it's like, you gotta stop with that. That's gotta stop. If you think Jonathan Taylor Thomas is cute in aviator glasses, I don't know who that is. Anyway, we've got a letter here. A letter of interesting proportions. This letter is extraordinarily interesting. So let's read. This is from the office of Donald Trump, which has a very mysterious seal on it that looks a lot like the presidential seal. I'm not sure what's going on there. But Donald Trump is quitting from his Hollywood union or whatever. So let's just read. I'm sorry, but let me actually queue up. Let me queue it up. I know that there's a lot of haters out there. But fuck the haters. All right. Mr. Carteris, I write to you today regarding the so-called disciplinary committee hearing aimed at revoking my union membership. Who cares? While I am not familiar with your work, I'm very proud of my work on movies such as Home Alone 2, Zoolander, and Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps, and television shows including The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Saturday Night Live, and of course, one of the most successful shows in television history, The Apprentice, just to name a few. Oh my god. I've also greatly helped the cable news television business. Parents said to be a dying platform with not much time left until I got involved in politics and created thousands of jobs at networks such as MSDNC and fake news CNN, among many others. Oh my god. Which brings me to your blatant attempt at free media attention to distract you from your dismal record as a union. Your organization has done little for its members, and nothing for me, besides collecting dues and promoting dangerous, un-American policies and ideas, as evident by your massive unemployment rates and lawsuits from celebrated actors who even recorded a video asking, "Why isn't the union fighting for me?" These, however, are policy failures. Your disciplinary failures are even more egregious. I no longer wish to be associated with your union. As such, this letter is to inform you of my immediate resignation from SAG-AFTRA. You have done nothing for me. Regards, and then President Donald Trump. He's still going to refer to himself as the president, which is just hilarious. Goddamn, I'm sorry, but this shit is fucking funny. This shit is fucking funny. My lord. My lord, motherfucker. I'm very proud of my work on movies such as Home Alone 2. Doesn't he have like a 5-second cameo in Home Alone 2? Like,
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Motherfucker, dude. Oh.
So stupid. So stupid. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my god. Fuck me.
No good. No good.
I just thought this is the funniest thing in the world, and I just really needed to go through that. Oh my god. What a fucking... Like, this is the thing, is now that Trump is off Twitter, like, I missed this. This is like classic 2015 Trump, bringing it back, you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm seeing here. This is classic 2015 Donald Trump, you know? Like, this is the Donald Trump that we're seeing right here.
And he's like this, and we were, I need water, help me, I need water, help. And this is on live television.
Oh my god. If a production wants to film at one of his properties, the contract says Trump has I don't know what happened to your sentence at the end there. Fucking my lord. The contract says Trump has to have a cameo part. There you go. Back in reality. But yeah. I'm very proud of my work on movies such as Home Alone 2, Zoolander, and Wall Street, Money Never Sleeps. My lord, man. My lord. Hey, Unless Cemetery. Hope all is well. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good, so don't worry about me. At least yet. Don't worry about me yet. I mean, you never know, but, don't worry about me yet. Alright, so I'm going to get into a little bit more of the topical topics of topication. So, you know. Let me readjust my seating posture. I'm particularly uncomfortable today. Y'all hear Macaulay Culkin endorsed a re-release removal of Trump's HA2 cameo? That's extremely funny. Spanish keyboard. I see. Has yo, hace, I'm guessing those are Spanish words. I know yo is. Fucking yo. I'm guessing that is a Spanish word as well. I have not seen any of those movies either. I hadn't read the whole letter until just now. Yeah, I didn't read the whole thing until just now either. I read like the good parts, right? And I was like, I'll just save this for the stream. And then I did. All right. So, this is, I'm going to cue this up a little bit here, but, so something very interesting is going on at YouTube.com, owned by Google, which I believe is owned by what, Alphabet or something? I don't know. There's a lot of shit going on. So yeah, there's some very, very interesting material going on here, and I want to, give you an update. So, as you know, YouTube has demonetized myself, and from what I have seen, at least 25 other channels. Including but not limited to people I disagree with, people I agree with, and all of those that fall in between. So this is something that's super duper interesting. So I want to give you a little bit of just like a little, quick, what happened over the last, since yesterday. Well, Fox News posted an article on their website. YouTube's dangerous crackdown on independent journalists. It defies all logic and reason. The clear goal is to disempower alternative media, independent journalist Matt Taibbi tells Fox News. Now, I don't like Matt Taibbi, but, if he's potentially doing things that would back me up, that'd be interesting. So what they did here on Fox News is they embedded Ford Fisher's post here, which you can see right here. So yeah, they embedded this. And now I just want to say, maybe this is my main character syndrome speaking, but I have a tweet that has just about the same amount of retweets and more likes than Ford Fisher's. So I'm just saying, the only reason Ford Fisher got remonetized, which spoiler alert, he got remonetized right after this article came out. The only reason that happened is because there was a Fox News article about this. So this is I'm not going to read the whole article because I just, really don't care. I don't know if I'm in this article or not. I don't think how is Franco in this article and I'm not in this article? Are you joking? Is that a joke? Come on, man. This guy, has terrible fucking opinions on a daily basis. How is he in the Fox News article? But again, so Ford Fisher's channel got remonetized, basically right after this happened. And what's interesting is that YouTube responded to them because Ford Fisher's like, please review other demonetizations. Control F my name. Should I Control F my name? Let me just, little double. Nope, it's not there. My name is not present in this article. Unfortunate. So, Ford Fisher says, thank you to YouTube. Could you please review other takedowns? And YouTube responds to that with this mysterious tweet, which I have editorialized. But yes, after review, the team found your YPP suspension was an over-enforcement. Glad you saw you're back in YPP. To answer your cues, your 1/6 footage is still policy violative, which, by the way, my 1/6 footage is also removed. Other channels' YPP removals are not related. All channels are reviewed, actioned individually. So I just wanted, to be honest with you. It came to my attention that the exact same time I received my demonetization email was the exact same time every single other person that has been demonetized has gotten their email at 2:18 p.m. on February 3rd. So they are lying. Now, if they want to say that all the cases are individual and they're going to review them individually, that's one thing. But to say that the YPP removals are not related, that is a factual lie. That is provable to be false. So I want you to understand that YouTube is only remonetizing Ford Fisher's account because he got a Fox News article. That is the only reason, and there is no other reason. This is what I was saying the other day. It's possible that what they did was a widespread crackdown or purge, right? And they're going to say, oh, whoops, our bad to a few people, probably the most popular of the channels. And to my understanding, Ford Fisher may have one of the most popular channels in this whole fiasco that has been demonetized. I think Status Quo is also maybe one of the most popular ones that's been demonetized. But the thing here is they're probably going to say, oops, I didn't mean it. It wasn't my fault. To a few of the popular ones that they feel like will get the most media attention, and then just ignore the rest of everybody else. Again, there's been at least 25 people that I've counted that have been caught up in this fiasco. Some of them I don't even like at all. Like Nico House, I absolutely despise Nico House. He is a neo-Nazi that works with neo-Nazis to promote Nazism. I do not like him. However, he was demonetized at the same exact moment that I was demonetized, and therefore that leads me to believe that there's some fuckery going on, right? Again, every single person I've spoken to got their email at 2:18 p.m. on February 3rd. You cannot tell me that these are all separate incidents. They all happened at the same time, on the same day, and we all had the same warning that our content is, quote, harmful to viewers. None of it was, there was no variation among all of us that have reported this. So, I want to be honest with you. Again, they are lying. YouTube is lying, and you need to know that. So, just being honest, reporting the news. That's news. Now, I'm technically news. Who'da thunk, right? But, again, YouTube not sending their best. But that's the thing, is like, they can just lie, right? And they just assume, all right, we'll just lie. Was it for covering the insurrection? It might have been covering the insurrection. It might have been covering the GameStop thing. I'm not sure. Like, it's possible that they could say that, oh, me covering GameStop and Wall Street is harmful to my viewers, as it may make them invest in GameStop or whatever. Maybe. Like, that it's possible. But they didn't tell anyone that. Right? And I don't know if, like, Nico and Franco and Status Quo and all these other channels, I don't know if they were covering that. I don't know if it's related to January 6th. I don't know. And they won't tell us. They have been lying. Every single response that they've given to every single individual has been different, even though, again, we were all part of the same crackdown. So they are clearly just lying. Either that or it's just a lack of coordination, and the people that are just typing these tweets are underpaid and don't know the full context. That's also possible. But again, if you do want to help me in this moment, I made a Cash App. Andrea the Doggy is my Cash App. I've got a paypal.me/Andrea the Doggy, and my Patreon is Cyberdemon531. So if you want to help me out now that I'm out, probably what will amount to be $1,000 a month or so. Now that I'm out of that money, I'm going to be needing to try to get that income from separate revenue streams. So a lot of people have been very nice over the last, couple days and have been subscribing to my Patreon, have been giving me some cash on PayPal and other stuff like that. And I just want to say I really do appreciate it. And you can find the links in the description, but I will also post them in the live chat as well. Because again, YouTube, I just want to also be very clear at this moment. YouTube is still running advertisements on my channel. The only difference, now there's 3 levels that I've identified. There's full monetization, there's limited monetization, and then there's demonetization. So full monetization means that sponsors aren't limited and, etc. Limited monetization means that only certain sponsors, like low budget ones, are going to be giving advertisements on your video, and as a result, you're going to be making less money. Demonetization is the same thing as limited monetization, except the only difference is that I don't get a cut of the profits. So the same sponsors that are in the same field are doing the same advertisements on the same videos. The only difference is that now, all of a sudden, I don't get a cut. And then also, they are linking super chats to the advertisements, which again, if you want to go out there and say, all right, your channel's a little whatever and we're not comfortable putting sponsors on your channel, fine. All right, I disagree with that, but fine. That's at least an argument. But the idea that I can no longer receive super chats, ridiculous. And again, I want to reiterate that I have $70 locked in Google escrow because they've got a payout threshold of $100. And the month to month, for example, February 1st is the start of the month. So I got $70 between February 1st and 2nd. And then I got demonetized, which means I will never get that $70. So, for example, a lot of my viewers gave me super chats on February 1st and 2nd. They spent money, their own money, they spent because they thought they were giving that money to me. But in reality, they were just giving that money to YouTube. And I want to go out there and I want to post this thing as well that proves that these people, again, they're not sending their best. They're really not sending their best, and they're just blatantly lying. So one of my viewers, you may know them as JL, tried to request a refund. Given that they literally stole their money. JL spent money, their own money, on super chats with the intent to give that money to me. And now, if, assuming I do not get remonetized, I will never get that money. So YouTube got the money, and then they never have to pay it out. That is, in my neck of the woods, we call that stealing. So, again, this is what they responded to JL with. This is Rosavelita with the YouTube team. I hope that you and your loved ones are doing well. What? Thanks for writing in. I understand you're requesting a refund on all your super chats purchased from the YouTube channel named CyberDemon531 because you found out that it was demonetized by YouTube and will no longer receive any super chat. I hear you, and I this is the thing. It's like, I hear you, and like you, I also support YouTube creators. No worries. I'd be glad to offer my help. It's a bot. This is an automated bot reply. I'd be glad. I also support YouTube creators. And again, JL specified that they would like a refund on the transactions from February 1st to February 2nd. That's what they specified. Because those are the transactions, theoretically, I will not be getting the cash for. Right? So then they say, just a heads up. I'm sorry to let you know that unfortunately we cannot refund your Super Chat purchases. In general, Super Chat and Super Sticker voluntary payments are non-refundable, and we can't go through with your refund request. Please let us know if there's anything else that, from support, we can help you with. I apologize, blah, 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 that's out of my control, blah, blah, blah. They literally, I shit you not, they literally stole your money. If you gave me a super chat on February 1st to February 2nd and they do not remonetize my channel, your money was stolen. I have $70 amongst my viewers that is locked in payout escrow threshold limbo, right? It is stolen. I will never get that money unless my channel gets remonetized, and it's not looking like that's going to happen anytime soon. So as of this moment, I would recommend sending an email to YouTube. Be nice about it. Be kind about it. Don't, use rude words. Be the most possible, the best way that you can write it in order to elicit a response that you possibly could. Tell them my channel was wrongly demonetized in a recent purge, right? And that because I, got demonetized on February 3rd, all the money I got on February 1st and 2nd is locked in payout limbo. And that either you would like them to give me that money or, make it say a part of my January paycheck or get a refund on the super chats given. That's what I would recommend doing. They are literally lying. They are stealing our money. And this is, I'm the first one that pointed this out, I think. And a bunch of other people, when they saw my tweet about this, came to me and said, oh, I've got $20 in YouTube's and Super Chat and whatever from the February 1st and 2nd. I've got $50. I've got $90. I've got $38, right? So there's a lot of people that are literally having their money stolen from them. And some people manage to get above that $100 payout threshold and they might get their check. But not everyone did, especially smaller YouTubers like myself and others. So I want to be very honest with you. I want to be very clear about with you about the updates to this development. Because again, this is some fucked up ass. And as you may know, I am not a fan of fucked up ass. I prefer my ass to not be fucked up. So as of this moment, I am not remonetized. Ford Fisher has been remonetized, and only because he got a Fox News article. And that does not have any impact, at least as of this moment, on anyone else that was demonetized that just so happens to not be able to get on Fox News. Anyway, if you want to give me money, the links are posted. And again, I do really appreciate it. Like, I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like have the support that I do, and so I just want to say I'm in a very privileged position to be able to, you know, have people support me outside of YouTube. I mean, I've been in situations like this before, and I have not gotten, you know, the support, and usually it's just, you know, a death sentence. But as of this moment, I'm somehow able to get that support outside of YouTube, and I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. And so I want to say thank you. If you give me money on PayPal, attach a note to it if you want me to read it out loud. If you don't want me to read it out loud, that's fine. But like, just attach a note, like, you know, with your, you know, username in the chat room and, you know, whatever you want to say or whatever, and we can go from there. Andrea and Tucker Carlson, that would be the biggest mistake of his life. If he let me on his show, which, again, that's not going to happen, that would be the biggest mistake of his life. I can guarantee you that. Google and YouTube just have so much power at this point. Yes, absolutely. But again, I mean, like, this is just a disaster of a situation. And I don't want to focus, you know, all on this YouTube drama. I don't want to turn into, like, you know, a self-serving drama channel. So I just wanted to talk about that real quick. I wanted to make sure that this, you know, information is out there. And that kind of stuff. I just wanted to, I'm just getting everything and all that, and bada, and then also boom. But yeah, I want to move on to some other topics. So let's do this. Damn, I have just received cash on the Cash app. Love to see it. Thank you. Anyway, whoa, holy paywall. Yowza. Okay, let me find another source. So how's everyone doing today? Hopefully you had a good breakfast. Again, I don't eat breakfast before the show. Sometimes if I really am struggling, I'll grab a Questy. I got some other flavors, but we'll go into that later. You know, real quick tip for anyone out there with food addiction, is if you force yourself to eat food that doesn't taste good, it's hard to overeat. Just throwing that out there. So that was a retweet, you know, just putting that out there. All right. So it appears that the relief package has been passed in the Senate. So the U.S. Senate has passed a budget resolution that allows for the passage of Joe Biden's $1.9 trillion COVID-19 relief package in the coming weeks without Republican support. The Vice President, Kamala Harris, broke a 50-50 tie by casting a vote in favor of the Democratic measure, which sends it to the House of Representatives for final approval. It marked the first time Harris, in her role as president of the Senate, cast a tie-breaking vote after being sworn in as the first female vice president on the 20th of January. So, I guess I can read the rest of this. Blah, 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 the House, who knows, blah, blah, blah. Biden is scheduled to meet with Democratic House leaders and committee chairs early on Friday morning to discuss the COVID economic stimulus and is expected to make public remarks on the progress at 11:45 EST. Hey, maybe I'll cover that. There was a dissent from Republicans in the Senate overnight, particularly over plans for a federal $15 federal minimum wage. Iowa's Republican Senator Joni Ernst raised an amendment to prohibit the increase of the federal minimum wage during a global pandemic, which was carried out by a voice vote. The Vermont, what is that? Like, why would you ever, these people are ridiculous. By the way, how the fuck did Joni Ernst win re-election in Iowa? What? I thought that was an easy one. I thought, like, what happened, Democrats? Hello? The Vermont Senator, Bernard Sanders, said he still intended to support bringing the measure, though, through. We need to end the crisis of starvation wages in Iowa and around the United States. He outlined plans to get a wage increase phased in over 5 years, included in a budget reconciliation bill. The federal minimum wage is currently $7.25 an hour and has not been raised since 2000 motherfucking shit fucking 9. In a tweet after the vote, Sanders said today, with the passage of this budget resolution to provide relief for working families, we have the opportunity to not only address the pandemic and the economic collapse, we have the opportunity to give hope to the American people and restore faith in government. During the debate, Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said, "This is not the time for trillions more dollars to make perpetual lockdowns and economic decline, blah, blah, blah." I'm not even going to finish reading that. The $1.9 trillion relief package proposed would be used to speed COVID-19 vaccines throughout the nation. Other funds would extend special unemployment benefits that will expire at the end of March and make direct payments to people to help them pay bills and stimulate the economy. Democrats also want to send money to state and local governments dealing with the worst health crises in decades. So if you want to give me a part of your COVID stimulus, feel free. If you don't, and you want to spend it on food for your family, or rather, as they say,
and then they have cans of soup. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is just soup for my family. And then the media says, this is just soup. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people.
So if you want to spend it on soup for your family, that's also okay. But I consider you to be my family. And as a result, I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there. Just, it's in the zeitgeist now.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can just...
Oh my god. Anyway, it's good news. And hopefully we get the checks very soon. It's Iowa. Steve King was in Congress since God kicked him out of heaven 3 seconds after creation. Oh my god. Is Chef Boyardee a soup? No. It is, genocide in a can, as it has meat in it. Senate Majority Bleeder. Oh. I just had an orange? Hell yeah. I crumbled up some Pop-Tarts and mixed them in a tub of butter. Oof. Just bought some Quest bars. Sponsorship when? Really? What flavor? They recently came out with a lemon cake flavor, which is just, makes me want to come just thinking about it. I would love to get a sponsorship from Quest. That would be hilarious. I love their products, to be honest with you. I don't know how to make that happen. Maybe if everyone sent them emails saying, hey, recently, blah, 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 maybe we can get it to happen. So, just throwing that out there. It's a retweet. People can decide for themselves. Let me check up on what the update for Marjorie Taylor Greene is, because I do want to stream that live, because, why not, right? Like, it's going to happen in the middle of my show, so might as well. Reheated some of yesterday's pancakes. Not bad, not bad. You know what's actually interesting is Quest follows me on Twitter. So, like, we can actually, organize a campaign here. They actually follow me on Twitter. So as you can see, Factual Quest Nutrition follows me on Twitter. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? It's incredible. It's unbelievable. So if you want to send them a tweet, adding me, saying that I have a YouTube show, send them a tweet saying I have a YouTube show and I, talk about their products and I'm a healthy eater or whatever, and then see what happens. Maybe they'll send me some free stuff, So, just saying, just throwing that out there. It's a retweet. Also, what you should do is when you do post that tweet, right? What you should do is you should post it in the Discord, right? So that we can all retweet and like the tweet, so that we can all back each other up, So, definitely. I can't wait to see you decked out. Let's do it. I just bought some Quest pizzas. In fact, I might even have Quest pizza for dinner today. Because I just got some. Well, I haven't actually got it yet, but I'm going to get some today. Hey everyone, guess what? Hey everyone, guess fucking what? We got some Questies up in this bitch. Check this out. Check this out. This is how much I love Quest. Look at this shit, man. We got s'mores. We've got the motherfucking peanut butter, whatever it is, and chocolate. Hell yes, motherfucker. I'm just covered in Questies, right? So that's gonna be me in a couple months. I'm gonna turn my heater off because it's like actually too warm for me right now. So, which is very shocking because it's been very cold recently, but it's actually too warm for me right now. That box thump I felt in my stomach. It's all good. I'm just saying, like, there are very few brands that I would sell out for. Quest is one of them. If Gardein is listening, Gardein makes a lot of meat substitutes that are, like, you know, made with soy, pea, and other such vegetable proteins. If Gardein is listening, I love your products as well. There you go. Wow. The heater not being on is like making this like I've had the heater on for like 3 straight days, and this is like I can hear myself speak a little bit more, so that's crazy. That's crazy. All right, but again, definitely reminder: Quest does follow me on Twitter, and so we'll see how it goes. Just, you know, deep fried chicken Quest. No, come on. No. Thank you to the people tweeting in my notifications at this current moment in time. Wow. I just like, sometimes I get wrapped into Twitter. I'm at that point in my Twitter career, nearing 3,000 followers, right? Right? Where some people just tag me, like, in the middle of, like, drama threads. And I, you know, and then they just don't untag me, so. Jesus. Wow. I'm sorry, there's just so much of there's just so much. Fucking Bethany on Twitter. Have you ever watched Andrea's show? She's really fun. Great way to start the day. I mean, this is incredible. This is incredible. I mean, I'm still blown away by this stuff, you know. I've been on YouTube for a long time, right? So it's like the idea that there's just people talking about me independent of my actions. I'm still, like, I have a hard time dealing with that because, like, it's just amazing. So I'm sorry if I get distracted. So let me get into some more news. Well, this isn't news, but this is funny. And as we all know, I am funny. And I am a great way to start the day. So I saw this tweet here, and it's really funny. This is I guess this is like a TikTok compilation, or I don't know. It's something. It's something. So I'm going to play this. This is what looks to be a Trumper. And this Trumper's meltdown over the last month is really funny to watch. And I'm sorry, like, I just saw this and I literally was cackling this morning. So let's check this out.
True American patriots are not going to stand for this shit. And if we're not coming for you, guess what? You've already declared war amongst your people. We're coming. And 83 million people are not going to stand for this.
I don't like the music, so I'm just going to skip ahead. So 80 million people I don't know that Trump got 80 million votes. It's a little interesting, but then we go here.
And on my most recent videos, trying to spew hate and tell me that you're reporting me to the FBI. Excuse me if I don't fucking care.
I wasn't gonna make a video, but I fear for the safety of myself and my family, considering the fact the Secret Service has come in and interrogated my entire family the last 2 days, and they are looking for my whereabouts. I have no reason not to comply with you. However, I'm not meeting you anywhere. I'm not guilty of anything. And for those of you who have reached out to my local and state police to start this nonsense to begin with, I know exactly who you are. And trust me, I will be giving names out.
True American patriots are not going to...
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
There's so many of these, but this one was just really funny, and I saw it this morning. Right, you know, like, it's just hilarious. It's just like these people, right, they were so amped up thinking, we're gonna overthrow the government, Trump's gonna be king, woo! Like, and then it's like, FBI, schmefbi, you're never gonna come and get me. And then it's like, oh, little double right? And then they're just fucking crying like little babies. And again, in the words of our former president,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
Jesus motherfuck. I'm sorry. That was just really funny, and I wanted to post that because it's funny stuff. It's really funny. Her boss will snitch her to the FBI. I hope so. Okay, I'm not sorry anymore. Oh my god. Why were you sorry to begin with? I missed the context. I signed up on Twitter last night, and within 30 minutes I had seen a fake AOC account praise... Oh my god. Twitter is, not great. It's not great. But it is okay. So if you want to, again, you know, do me a solid and see if I can get that Quest sponsorship. I mean, you know, there you go. I'm sorry, I'm getting into arguments right now. Anyway, let's take up on Marjorie Taylor Greene. 37 minutes ago. Let's go. All right. This is like the theme of today's episode. The first 10 who voted for the impeachment of President Trump. Then 11 who voted with Democrats against me, opening the door for every Republican to be taken. The base is keeping lists of these type of R's. They're fed up. This type of betrayal will cost us a majority in 22. So I just want to say, is she referring to the white supremacist neo-Nazi militia group, the base, or the voter base? I don't know. I'm just throwing that out there. But I'm waiting for this press conference, bitch. What the fuck? Where's the press conference? Come on. I'm waiting. You'd think there'd be a page by now. There's like 10 minutes left. She's probably going to be fashionably late. Like, you know how Trump is usually like 2 hours late to all of his pressers? She's probably going to do the same. But, anyway, we got some more news here. News. Let's see. News. Should I really... There's this, like, recent thing about, like, AOC being, like, a liar or something. I don't know if I want to go into that. It's just such bullshit. Have I played Zook Hero Z for the Game Boy Color? No, I have not, Sonic. But bye-bye. Bye-bye. Alright, let's talk about Parler, because this is actually really funny. Do some Parler shit. Some Parler tricks, you know what I'm saying? And I think there's like a... There's a two-parter, I think. Alright, okay, so... apparently, according to reports, and when I say reports, I mean a report on the New York Post. According to reports, the Parler CEO was fired by the company's board. This is the guy, he's wearing a bow tie, of course. Parler CEO John Matsey has been fired as the conservative social media network remains offline since being booted from Amazon servers, according to a report. On January 29th, 2021, the Parler board, controlled by Rebecca Mercer, decided to immediately terminate my position as CEO of Parler, Matsey wrote in a memo to workers obtained by Fox Business. I did not participate in this decision, Matsey wrote. Amazon cut off Parler servers access following the January 6th Capitol riot due to the claims that the firm was lax in regulating threats posted its users ahead of time of the violence. Okay. Due to the claims the firm was lax in regulating threats posted its user. Like, come on. I mean, this is the New York Post, but come on. Anyway, Matsey has expressed confidence Parler will be back online by the end of January, but sources told Fox Business the relaunch was delayed due to rebranding efforts and internal changes. In his memo, Matsey said he's faced opposition from colleagues about his vision for Parler's future. Over the past few months, I've met constant resistance, to my product vision, my strong belief in free speech, and my view of how the Parler site should be managed, said Matsey. For example, I advocate for more product stability and what I believe is a more effective approach to content moderation, he continued. Parler has filed a federal lawsuit against Amazon Web Services, accusing the tech giant of forcing the app offline because of political animus, blah, blah, blah. But shortly after this article was published, I saw the Post-Millennial tweet out that Dan Bongino claims that he and the other owners of Parler are dedicated to free speech, and he's going to set the record straight on what happened with the former CEO. So let's look at this guy's goofball face and what he's got. It's a 6-minute video. I wish you could 2x Twitter videos. If someone could find a way to 2x Twitter videos, please send me. But for now, let's see how far we can stomach.
So it's time to correct the record. The Parler CEO, John Matsey, was terminated by the board of Parler. But the story you're hearing, unfortunately, is not correct. Here's the real story, so you have it, and don't believe the hype, so this fake news doesn't fester, and you don't. I'm already getting emails from listeners, understandably so, asking me questions about why was the Parler CEO let go. I read a story at foxnews.com where he claims he was a real advocate for free speech, and he was a real advocate for product stability, and he was let go. And folks, that's not accurate. Those are his statements, not mine. I have no personal gripe against John, the CEO, at all. I want to be crystal clear, but John decided to make this public, not us. We were handling it like gentlemen, and John decided somehow to make this public or put out this memo that was made public via press report. So here's what really happened. We were the ones, in fact, fighting to get Parler back up. It was some really bad decisions made by people on the inside. And listen, this isn't us airing dirty laundry. This is protecting a company that is absolutely committed to free speech that I put the last year of my life into. Do you actually believe that someone else was on the side of free speech and me from the eponymously named Dan Bongino show would get involved with a company that was fighting against free speech? You'd have to be an imbecile to believe that. There were two separate visions for the company. And I don't know what John's saying in his reports out there, but this free speech vision, that was ours. The other owners of the company. Let me be crystal clear on this. He makes 2 points. That, I was a big advocate for free speech. That was my vision. And I was a big advocate for product stability. That is not true. Everybody digging my chili? What I'm laying
Only
down?
the
That is not true.
I hate
That is
Wait, did
false.
this motherfucker say
If he wants
digging my
that,
chili?
oh, I was a big advocate for free speech. That was my vision. And I was a big advocate for product stability. That is not true. Everybody digging my chili? What I'm laying down? That is not
to say this,
true.
but those with
That
the
is
lowest
false.
IQ.
If he wants to get into a battle over here of narratives, he's going to lose because there's this thing getting in the way of that story he keeps telling, and it's called the truth. I'm really pissed off right now because that's absolutely not what happened. The relationship with Parler and the CEO did not work out because the CEO's vision was not ours. Are everybody clear on that? Our vision was crystal clear.
Should I fucking get digging my chili as a sound drop? Could someone get that for me as a sound drop? Everyone digging my chili? Please get that for me, please. Somebody. Let me delegate this task.
He needed to get up and fight back. Some terrible decisions were made in the past that led to...
Speaking of chili,
Oh, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
To this that led us to getting put down by Amazon and others. It was us, me, and the three other and the two other owners, and the two other owners that were constantly on the side of this site was going to be a free speech platform or it was going to be nothing. We have to be crystal clear on this. Again, I love my show. I love my audience. I love everyone who watches what I do. You guys are great, ladies out there. I read your emails. And I'm a little bothered because, one, I didn't see this coming. We were handling this like gentlemen before it decided to become a public issue. But now that it is a public issue, make absolutely no mistake. I'm going to say this for the 10th time. The vision of the company as a free speech platform was mine and the two other owners. And we were resolutely committed to that. Folks, we could have been up after Apple, Amazon, and Google wiped this out. We could have been up in a week if we just would have bent the knee and followed all the ridiculous Apple edicts to become a heavy moderation site to the left of Twitter. That's not what we're going to do. We don't want garbage on our site either, and we took the proper steps to do that. But we were a free speech site and will remain as such. And that's why it's taken so long to get back up. And John's statements out there that he made in this leak.
All right, I don't know if I can get through this. Let's start skimming.
Demand at all. I shouldn't say that. That's a Dave Portnoy thing. It's just tales and fables. That is the fester people. And by the way, just one more thing. I'll talk about it more on my show tomorrow if you want more deep points. There were two separate laying down that over here. The relationship with Parler and the CEO did not work out because decisions were made in the past. He's going to lose.
Where is digging my chili?
Everybody digging my chili? What? For free speech, that was my vision, and I was a big advocate for product stability. That is not true. Everybody digging my chili? What I'm laying down? That is not true.
Everybody digging my chili. What the fuck? Anyway, so that's what's going on with Parler, the absolute state of Parler. So, my God, like, fuck. How hard is it to understand that capitalism does not have to respect your free speech? If you want that, then let's do full gay communism or STFU. Hell yes, hell yes. Oh shit, we got a tweet here. We got a tweet from ZM Lauren backing me up. Hey, Quest Nutrition at Pogs for Bernie talks about health and is a fan of your food. She got demonetized on YouTube on the 3rd. Can you do a sponsorship deal? Everyone, retweet and like this tweet and then respond to it. Hell yes, let's get this going. Reminder, I love Questies, baby. Do I need to eat more on stream? Because I will. I'll eat this whole fucking box on stream, motherfucker. And then I'll probably puke because that's a lot of food. But there you go. Everybody digging my chili. What the fuck? Wow. One thing that I've noticed is that whenever I make a Quest, like sometimes I'd make a Quest pizza and then post on it. And whenever I tag them, they usually like either replied or liked the tweet or retweeted it. So that's just something out there. I do think that the social media team is relatively active. So, though it should be noted that Quest is not a vegan product. They are vegetarian, but they are not vegan, as they use whey protein and milk protein. So, you know, maybe I'll find another vegan, you know, product as well that I'll get going as, you know, for that alternative. But just throwing that out there. Butter on his Pop-Tarts every morning. I'm sorry, that's just the funniest thing I've ever fucking... butter on the Pop-Tarts, man. Like, God bless Bethany for that one. That's in the ethos of this show. We will never ever let Bethany live that one down. Never. Like, it's never gonna happen. It's just never gonna happen. Thank you for giving me money on Cash App. For those of you that have done that so far too today. I'll check my PayPal in a second. I'm still like figuring out how to use this whatever, it's an app, I guess. I don't know. I'm not much of like I don't know. I'm kind of a fucker, but I guess it's an app, right? Like it's an application. I don't know. Let me check PayPal and see if anyone's backed me up. See if I got some backup. I do have, in fact, some backup. Hell yes. Oh my. Hell yeah. Thanks, Daniel. All right. Oh. Butter on Pop-Tarts is a crime against Pop-Tarts. Well, I think Pop-Tarts in general are a crime against Pop-Tarts. But let's see. Where's Marjorie Taylor Greene? Let's go. MT Green on Twitter. I'm waiting. She said she was going to have a press conference at 11. Whoa. Breaking news. She deleted tweets. Breaking news. Remember, I just showed her tweets. She deleted tweets. Breaking news, everybody. Breaking news. Let me refresh again. She tweeted out that, like, the base is not going to forgive them or something. She deleted the tweet. Breaking fucking news. Hold the phone, everybody. Hold that motherfucking phone. Is your phone being held? Are you holding your phone right now? Because I'm holding my phone. Where's the press conference, Marjorie? I'm trying to fucking content mine here. Gah! Fuck. What the hell? Mm-hmm. 80% rat poison. Oh no. I hate when that happens. Everybody, reminder, send those to, you know, be nice about it, of course, but 7 retweets on that Quest tweet. Just throwing that out there. Retweets are good and all, but responding and saying how much you would appreciate it as well.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
I'm just retweeting. I'm not taking any positions here. There are people on Twitter that are saying that, you know, Quest and I should team up. I'm just retweeting. I'm not, you know, I have no skin in the game here. I have got nothing to do with this. It's just it's an opinion of somebody. And so I should sue Marjorie Taylor Greene for robbing me of content. Yeah, there are damages here, like legitimate damages, I think, that I could sue for. Imagine being a content creator that is currently complaining about being deplatformed while also mocking Parler. Imagine? Are you talking to me? Imagine, period, space. Imagine... Interesting. Imagine being a content creator that is currently complaining about being deplatformed whilst also mocking Parler. What? Like, is this just like a right-winger that is illiterate and doesn't know how to formulate a sentence or thought? Like, I can't figure out what you're trying to say. That is fake news, home. Fake news? There's actually no dissonance, John. I think you're just a moron. Like, if you want, I can explain it. Parler was not censored, okay? It was taken down because they had users that tried to and were attempting to, and in some cases successfully, kill people on January 6th. There is a difference between inciting violence and giving my opinion on news in my bedroom. Like, look at my bedroom. I've got a fucking dog just sitting there. I've got toys all over the place. I've got shit all over my floor, right? I am not threatening violence against anybody, right? If you don't understand how threatening to kill people and just talking about news and being funny are two completely different things, I'm sorry, but there is some dissonance for you that you need to work out. There is some problematic behavior on your end that you need to work out. And again, also, do I think people should have the right to say whatever they want? Yes, without violating the law. When you threaten to kill people, that is a violation of the law. That is illegal. That is not protected under the First Amendment. When you go on there posting maps of the Capitol building, say you're going to kill law, that is not a First Amendment protection, okay? That is not protected. That's why these people are going to jail, because what they did is illegal. And also Parler itself. I know a lot of lefties that went on Parler and they got banned. I've been on a couple of these right-wing websites like Gab and The Donald, which is now Patriots or whatever. I've been banned from those websites. So again, you're not, in the words of your favorite president of all time,
only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
My lord. Not sending their best. The viewers here are mostly peaceful and fun-loving. Hell yeah, buddy. Chad Alpha. I got banned from Parler. What did you do? Parker censored left-wing content itself. Parler censored, yes. These Pop-Tart fiends have no problem actually censoring... Oh my god, Pop-Tart fiends. Actually censoring Palestine activists. Are you referring to Parler as a Pop-Tart fiend? Because that's really funny. But, yeah, they've been... Prove it. Alright. I'm not gonna derail my whole show just to prove some dumb shit here, buddy. I'm sorry. You can look it up. You've got Google. I know. If you manage to find my stream, right? I've got, 80 viewers? If you somehow manage to find and navigate through the internet in order to find this stream, you can go on Google and type in a few keywords, right? I promise you are capable of doing so. Now, let's see. Is Marjorie Taylor Greene, where's her press conference? Oh, wait a second. She posted an image of it. What? She posted an image. What about the video? Everyone, go. Where's the video? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Press conference. Someone get me the video. She posted a fucking photo. Oh, C-SPAN. It's on C-SPAN. Go.
Wall and a whole bunch of good guys.
God damn it. I want to start from the beginning. Find something where I can start from the beginning. Go. Send it to me on Discord or Twitter. Go. Come on.
And believe me, I've been a good taxpayer for years now, and I always will be. And then they want to send our hard-earned dollars over to foreign nations and so-called foreign aid to fund things like border walls and bridges and schools and roads.
If someone finds me a video that can start from the beginning,
our tax dollars should stay here in America. Our tax dollars should fund our border wall, our bridges, our schools, our roads. They should help our homeless. They should help our people, our forgotten, our orphans, our foster care children.
Okay.
That's what our hard-earned tax dollars should be doing.
Sure.
Not what these people here have been doing for decades. Those that are in charge have been here for decades.
Is she becoming a socialist live on stream?
Decades. Do you know the average age of retirement? It's around 64, 65 years old. in the private sector, but not here in Congress. They cling to power as long as they can because apparently it's addictive and they can't give it up. This is something that I just can't tolerate. I can't take it, and the American people are so sick of it. You see, a record number of Americans voted for President Trump. Record number of Republicans voted for President Trump. Do you want to know why?
Trump was president for 4 years.
They loved his policies.
And he didn't
They
fix
loved
homelessness.
his fight.
What?
They loved the fact that for once
What?
we had a president that stood up for America.
You just said you
stood
wanted
up
to
for American
spend tax dollars
businesses
on the homeless people.
and
What?
remembered the forgotten man.
What happened?
He was a president that didn't care about your skin color because God created us all equal, and thank God our Constitution.
All right.
And you know what?
All right, hold up.
Disgusting too. Everyone here knows.
Found a live stream on Twitter.
Cause this attack on the Capitol. Is this on?
Yeah, she did what I did. Oh, yeah.
Hello.
It's recording. It's recording. You know.
It's recording.
Yeah, it's going on.
That's what I do. Hell yeah. Marjorie Taylor Greene watches my videos. You can tell. She watches my motherfucking videos. All right.
Let me know. Well, first off, thank you all for coming out here today and being willing to hear what I have to say. I just want you to know that for the press,
For those of you that don't know, she was revoked of all her committee positions earlier, that is to say yesterday. And so this is apparently what she's going to do as a public response.
truly support freedom of press. I think it's one of the things that makes our country so great. And I really hope that you'll be able to tell my story a little bit better instead of just reporting and repeating maybe some things that you don't like about me or things that were on social media in 2018. You see, the reason why I ran for Congress is because I really don't respect what our government has become. As just an ordinary American, someone who's had to work hard all my life, someone who's been married for almost 25 years and raised 3 kids, and I gotta tell you, my 3 kids are the greatest part of my life. That's the best thing I've ever done, is to be a mom. I really love our country, I love our freedoms, and I sincerely want all of your children, my children, and all of us to continue to have the opportunity to have the American dream.
See, that's the thing. It's like, it's all rhetoric to these people. Right? Like, it's all rhetoric. Like, yeah, if you say dumb shit before, all right, that's fine. But you're not, like, it's not like you're fighting for a socialist agenda. Right? It's like, I want my family to have the American dream, and so do you. Like, okay. Great. So why don't you support wealth redistribution from the corporations in Wall Street down to the actual people? What? You know, so I just see, like, you gotta be able to read through the lines here.
You see, we're approaching nearly $30 trillion in debt. As a successful business owner for over 20 years, if I ran my company the way this government runs and spends and wastes and puts us in debt with our own hard-earned tax dollars, I'd be out of business a long time ago and we'd be homeless on the streets. But it's much worse than that. For decades now, this government has sold out our American worker, sent our jobs overseas to foreign countries. We've opened our borders wide open to be flooded with illegals coming into our country. Think about Kate.
I thought you just said that everyone should have the American dream. Now you're talking about illegals? What? Like, what? Okay, so on one end, everyone should have the American dream. On the other end, Americans are illegal. What?
Steinley, who was murdered on a pier in California. She died in her father's arms. Krisha Odette, her father served our country 4 tours in the Middle East, protecting our freedoms. When he came back home, his daughter was killed by an illegal alien in Texas. These are the things that shouldn't happen, but these are the policies that are allowed and continued. Our country has made it legal and funded with our tax dollars over 62 million abortions, murdering God's creation in the womb. That is a sin, a disgusting evil that is unfathomable. I can't even believe that it continues. But here's the thing. All of these women that have gone through that, it leaves a hole in their soul that
only
never
the
heals.
really,
And those women have been taught
I
that this
hate
is
to
the way
say
that they
this,
should achieve.
but those
This
with
is
the
way they
lowest
can build a
IQ.
career. This is a way that they can solve the problem that they didn't want in the first place. That's a horrible lie. It's a terrible lie. As a mother and a woman who's had a successful career, I can tell you being a mom is the greatest gift of my life. I really hope that America can end the evil of abortion. I also want you to know that free speech matters. Free speech really matters. And yesterday, when the Democrats and 11 of my Republican colleagues decided to strip me of my committee assignments, Education and Labor, and the Budget Committee. You know what they did? They actually stripped my district of their voice. They stripped my voters of having representation to work for them for the budget. A successful business owner that knows how to make a profit, not a loss. That's what my district voted for me for. I'm a mom with 3 kids who has taken my children to gun-free school zones their entire time they went to school. And when I was in 11th grade at 16 years old, when Joe Biden created gun-free school zones, one of my schoolmates brought 3 guns to school on a school bus in a duffel bag, brought them into the school in the first period class because he was very upset at 2 of his classmates. He pulled out his weapon, went to take control. The coach in the classroom knocked him to the floor, but he was able to reach in and get another one of his guns, fired his weapon, took control of our school, and we were held hostage in our classrooms for 5 hours. I want you to know, I know that fear that David Hogg felt. It's terrifying. It's terrifying when the only person in the building with a gun is very upset and is there to do evil. And there's no good guy with any guns to protect us. That's why when I was in Washington, I could go from Senate office to Senate office, just like David Hogg, and say, vote no to gun control, because we need our Second Amendment rights. We need to be able to protect.
I'm just like, the audacity right now of this caucasity. Okay, so I've been in a classroom that was taken over, right, by a school shooter. Therefore, we need more guns.
Our children with good guys with guns. Just like the people up here protected themselves with 30,000 National Guard troops. Imagine that. They want to leave our children defenseless, but they will surround this place with a big, beautiful border wall and a whole bunch of good guys with guns. See these?
You shouldn't have said beautiful. You fucked it up, because the border wall around the Capitol was not beautiful. But her talking points, her NPC script just fucked up a little bit.
These are the policies that disgust me. These are the policies that disgust the American people. And these are the policies of hypocrites. You see, when the people in charge want to just spend your money and you have no choice but to give it to them, and believe me, I've been a good taxpayer for years now, and I always will be. And then they want to send our hard-earned dollars over to foreign nations and so-called foreign aid to fund things like border walls and bridges and schools and roads and abortion. That's wrong. Our tax dollars should stay here in America. Our tax dollars should fund our border wall, our bridges, our schools, our roads. They should help our homeless. They should help our people, our forgotten, our orphans, our foster care children. That's what our hard-earned tax dollars should be doing. Not what these people here have been doing for decades. Those that are in charge have been here for decades. Decades. Do you know the average age of retirement? It's around 64, 65 years old in the private sector.
We already listened to that
And
part.
remember the forgotten. It's because they loved his policies. They didn't. He was a president that wanted every single person to achieve. And that's why we supported him. That's why I've always supported him.
But he didn't do that. Trump was president for 4 years. He could have, with the stroke of a pen, eliminated student loan debt, which would have given people the ability to start their own businesses. He didn't do that. Why didn't he do that? Donald Trump could have legalized marijuana so that people would not be sent to jail for just having a fun weekend once in a while. He didn't do that. Why didn't he do that? Donald Trump was president of the United States. Why didn't he end homelessness? Why didn't he put all of our homeless veterans during a pandemic in winter in like hotel rooms or something? Why didn't he do that? He was president, motherfucker. What?
I want to tell you, Republican voters support him still. The party is his. It doesn't belong to anybody else.
Here we go.
This
Here we
impeachment
go.
trial that's going to happen next week is a circus. It's a circus that allows media companies to get lots of clicks, lots of views, and sell ad dollars. And you know what? That's pretty disgusting too. Everyone.
That's what I was going to do until YouTube demonetized me. Reminder, I'm going to be streaming the entirety of the impeachment trial. Reminder, super chats are disabled. Reminder, PayPal, Cash App, buddy, Patreon, let's go.
Here knows that he did not cause this attack on the Capitol, nor did I, nor did any Republican, but the responsibility falls squarely on those that invaded the Capitol, the ones that planned it ahead of time. Those are the people that should be held accountable. I was in the chamber, unlike AOC, Representative Ocasio-Cortez, that faked her outrage with another hoax. Just another hoax that gets...
Okay, for those of you that don't know about this conspiracy theory, which, by the way, has been elevated by people like Nico House and Jimmy Dore and Glenn Greenwald. This conspiracy theory is that because AOC was in a different building, that somehow means that she was perfectly safe, right? Now, let's imagine, right? Now, by the way, she wasn't really even in a different building. She was just in a separate part of the halls of Congress. But let's imagine, right? You get notifications on your phone. The house has been evacuated, right? Okay, let's imagine that. And you are in your office and someone barges into your office. Now, the only information you have is that rioters are trying to kill lawmakers. They stormed the Capitol, cops let them in, and they're trying to kill lawmakers. You are a lawmaker. So what if after the fact, right? If after the fact, all of a sudden, oh, rioters were not in her section of the hall. Okay. That doesn't mean that it's not traumatic all of a sudden when, again, the only information you know is your friends in the House chamber have been evacuated and you're in your office and someone barges. That doesn't, what you find out after the fact has no relevance on the trauma that is there at that moment. So this is a very stupid, dumb conspiracy theory that is even being propagated in, again, these red-brown leftist circles like Jimmy Dore, Nico House, Glenn Greenwald, etc. So you need to be understanding of what this is. It's dumb, shitfuck garbage.
It's shared everywhere. You see, those kind of fake lies, like AOC, Representative Cori Bush telling people that I attacked her when in fact it was on video that she attacked me.
She did not say that you attacked her. She said that she was berated by you, which, again, I covered Marjorie's video upload, and that's objectively what happened. She was just wandering down the hallway, just like, and Cori Bush was like, she was maskless and just around me, which is, again, a health and safety violation. And then Marjorie, as soon as she was called out, she put her mask on and was like, so she's literally lying. The whole reason she uploaded that video is so that she can do this. So that she can say, I uploaded the video and it proves her wrong. Her people aren't going to go look at the video. And if they do, they're going to somehow think, because they're just brainwashed, right? They're going to somehow think that she's correct. But most of the people listening to this that are, her fans still, they're not going to go watch that video. They've got no reason to, right? So that's what you have to understand.
This is the kind of fake outrage that is dividing our Congress, along with the fake outrage on the news every single day that's dividing our people. You know what the media does, and you guys are great at it. And I'm telling you this because I want to like you. But you're doing a really good job at addicting our nation to hate. Teaching people to hate people like me.
So wait a second. You literally started your press conference by calling Americans illegal aliens. You literally advocated for a big, beautiful border wall to protect us from illegal aliens. And now, all of a sudden, why do the Democrats hate? There's so much hate. Why do the Democrats hate? They're so filled with hate. By the way, those illegal aliens, we got to get them out of here.
President Trump, and then on the right, it's the same way. Teaching people to hate AOC, Ilhan Omar, Nancy Pelosi. See, it goes both ways, doesn't it?
Whoa, wait a second. What? What?
Teaching people to hate people like me, President Trump, and then on the right, it's the same way. Teaching people to hate AOC, Ilhan Omar, Nancy Pelosi. See, it goes both ways, doesn't it?
Well, you just called AOC a liar. So, I mean, what? Again, in the words of our former president, and I don't want to lean on this too much, but I will lean a little bit more.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ.
What? Again, why do they hate? Why?
But teaching people to hate and addicting them to it is killing our country.
That's
it's causing
true.
people to no longer be friends, families
That's
to no
true.
longer talk to each other.
That's
Even
true.
Husband and wives getting divorced.
That's
Parents
true.
not talking to their children. And
That's
the other
true.
way around.
That's correct. And it's all because of people like you, Marjorie. It's not because, again, you came up here saying AOC's a liar, illegal aliens are evil. It's because of people like you. You are responsible. But, it's the Democrats. They hate.
I think that's terrible. And it's shameful.
It is. I agree.
When
So why do you
have
keep
such
doing
a
it?
platform as you have, what do you want your legacy to be? Do you want your legacy to be the platform that destroyed our nation and caused our people to hate one another? Or would you rather be a platform that told the truth because you're given the great gift, the freedom of press, so that you can tell the truth? I would love for you to be that platform, and I would be so proud of you. I wouldn't be mad at
Is she talking in the mirror? What is this? I don't get it.
any of you. I had the greatest opportunity yesterday, and I'm so grateful for it. I got to say what I had done wrong. And do you know how freeing that is? I'm not kidding. I seriously feel blessed by God because I got to do it on a world stage. I got to say, I said things wrong. I believe things that were wrong. And you know what? I'm so happy I got to do that. My district is thrilled with
I
me.
mean, I'm just saying, like, yes, like, I agree with this. Like, that's the thing. It's like, there's parts of this that, like, I feel like it, depending on, like, who listens to it, it might actually be slightly beneficial. Because, again, like, if she is going to try to disempower Q and put that back into, like, a, quote, like, in their mind, reasonable Republican kind of mindset, I think that is a net positive for, like, on people for an individual level, right? So, like, when it, like, I've had family members, and I've talked about this before. I have people in my family that over the course of the summer, especially during a lot of the Black Lives Matter protests, they were falling heavily into QAnon. They were like Trump, like they kind of like Trump, but not really. But because of that, like, oh, the media hates Trump, so that means, blah, blah, blah. They started falling for QAnon. And if it weren't for me, like, I intervened, if it were not for me, they might be a full-blown Jewish space laser person. They might be, right? But because I was able to intervene, because before it got too bad, I was able to save them from that rabbit hole, right? So you need to understand there's a lot of, like, again, especially if, people are not, like, talking every day, or people are, like, maybe you only see each other once and there's a pandemic going on, so you're stuck inside. People, like, all of a sudden they go from, oh, what's grandma up to? And then you check her Facebook and she's talking about space lasers, right? You know what I mean? So it's like, again, if she can somehow disempower that, that's a good thing. However, we know she's lying, right? Like, she's lying. She's a lying bitch, right? So it's like, okay, whatever.
I got to do it on a world stage. I got to say, I said things wrong. I believe things that were wrong. And you know what? I'm so happy I got to do that. My district is thrilled with me. People all over the country are thankful and supporting me. And for that, I'm grateful to them. None of us are perfect. And when we go about our life thinking that we are, we're such hypocrites. Truthfully, we really are. If we think we're perfect and can judge one another, that's such a mistake.
I agree.
So going forward, I've been freed. I do. I feel freed because you know what's happening on these committees? You see, we have basically a tyrannically controlled government right now. The Democrats. We got Joe Biden writing executive order after executive order, sign him, sign him, sign him, doing whatever he wants up there in the White House.
That's literally what Trump did, though. Like, that's what that's for 4 years. Like, that's what Trump did. That, like, 4 years ago, Trump did the same thing. So
we have Nancy Pelosi leading the Democrats.
Like, you have to understand, like, in 2017, Republicans controlled the House, the Senate, and the presidency. And they did the same exact thing.
Congress to do whatever the bail bond links to get the criminals out of jail. Pelosi leading the Democrats, doing whatever he wants up there in the White House. We have Nancy Pelosi leading the Democrats in Congress to do whatever the bail bond links to get the criminals out
That's
of
a
jail.
weird cut. That's a weird cut. What is
They want
that?
to kick me off committees for
How do
social
you
media
cut
posts
in a
and
live stream? I
conspiracy
guess it
theories.
was just like dropped or whatever.
That's pretty hypocritical. You see, the American people won't forget because they're still reeling from the devastation of this past year, where cities were burned, people were attacked, police officers still dealing with it, attacked night after night. They take that home with them and it hurts their families. Occupying federal buildings, taking over police precincts. So much damage, tearing down statues and monuments, erasing our history. This is what has happened. I do not condone what happened on January 6th. It was one of the scariest days of my life next to being held hostage in a gun-free school zone when one of my fellow students took it over with a gun and no one protected us. No one could.
Someone definitely
terrible.
fact check that.
So I'm going to ask all of you, think about what you report. When
Wait.
you're on the news calling...
Hold on. I'm getting a live fact check. Apparently, I'm on my phone. I'm reading this on my phone, so I'm just going to read it off my phone. A beleaguered Northwest Georgia Congresswoman, Marjorie Taylor Greene, defended herself Thursday on the floor of the U.S. House. She referred to a 1990 hostage situation at Forsyth County High School to explain her position on gun rights. In her speech, Greene, who has promoted lies about everything, Hogg, who was 19 at the time, blah, blah, blah. On Thursday, she said on the House floor, I understand, blah, blah, blah. Green appeared to be referencing September 1990 standoff at South Forsyth County High School. Green was enrolled at the school at the time, but wasn't among the hostages, a Forsyth County school's spokesman said, adding that she could not confirm whether Green attended that day. To our knowledge, she was not in either classroom, said the spokeswoman, Jennifer Caricchilio. She said she had spoken with a retired teacher who was among the hostages in the hours-long standoff. The rest of the students in the school, which held about 1,000 at the time, were evacuated and bused to a nearby elementary school. So it turns out that, yes, that was her school, but no, she was not there, according to reports.
It's peaceful protest. The American people are disgusted with you because you're lying. When you're...
Hold up. Now, with that new information...
Peaceful protest. The American people are disgusted with you because you're lying. When you're promoting people that protect these things and want to continue it, people are sick of it. They're fed up because they lost their businesses. And they may have gotten hurt. And they're tired of being attacked because they want to wear a red hat that says Make America Great Again. Or they voted for Trump and we're proud of it. Things have got to change. And I tell you again, I'm fine with being kicked off of my committees because it'd be a waste of my time. You know who I am. I'm a very hard worker and I'm proud of it. So now I have a lot of free time on my hands, which means I can talk to a whole lot more people all over this country, and I can talk to more people and make connections and build a huge amount of support that I've already got started with people that want to put America first and don't care about the party lines and don't care about any of the political identities involved. And that's something that I am very excited about. So I look forward to going home and seeing people in my district. I'm thankful and overwhelmed by their support. I'm grateful that I had the opportunity to say the things that I don't believe and I shouldn't have said in the first place. And I'm really grateful to my God because he forgives me, and that's what...
Is your God Donald Trump? Who's your God? Why did she say my God? Like, what?
And I'm really grateful to my God because he forgives me, and that's what being a Christian is all about. I have a message to other Christians in this...
So wait a second. So being a Christian is all about forgiveness. Yet, you said you lied. Yet, you're going to go after AOC because you think she lied? Even though it's just a misinterpretation because you don't understand what she's saying. This whole idea of like, oh, forgive me, please. Oh. And then she goes on the flip side to spew more dumbass conspiracy theories in the same breath. It's bizarre.
Country. Don't be lukewarm. That's not what your faith is for. Our Savior died on a cross so your sins can be forgiven, and he doesn't want you to be quiet about it.
I'm sorry. I know that there's like maybe people in my audience that actually believe this shit, but it's like, can we talk about like religion for what it is? Like, I'm sorry. Like, so, okay, let me get this straight. Let me understand. Okay. So someone hopped up on a cross and was murdered, right? And that somehow makes it okay for you to lie about Jewish space lasers? What? Like, I mean, if you want to say you fucked up and you said dumb shit, that's fine, right? And if you want to say that you now are completely in disagreement with that, that's fine, and that's good, and that should be encouraged, right? But it's like, I'm sorry, I don't think some dude getting murdered on a cross has anything to do with it. I'm sorry, but it's like...
I want you to share the gospel and share it with everyone. That being said, I'm going to let you guys go about your day. I know you got many things. Yeah, I'll take some questions. Yeah.
Questions, let's go. Oh, you can't hear that shit. Oh, I can barely hear it. I'm going to try to listen to it carefully and then translate it.
With everyone. That being said, I'm going to let you guys go about your day. I know you got many things. Yeah, I'll take some questions. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you specifically. I know you talked yesterday. I listened to your speech, but you said on a video in January 2019, I'm just going to read it to you verbatim. You said it's been taken out of...
Who are you with? What's your name?
I'm Jessica Dean.
With
CNN. By our law, representatives and senators can be kicked out and no longer serve in our government. And it's a crime punishable by death.
You can read the captions.
Did you see my speech yesterday? How many stories did you report on Russian collusion conspiracy lies? No, I want to know, have you...
Yeah, I'll take some questions. We gotta stop being so divisive. How? Russia! How many times did you try
yesterday? How many stories did you report on Russian collusion conspiracy lies? No, I want to know, have you apologized for Russian collusion conspiracy lies? Have you... I don't have to.
by the fact that you said Nancy Pelosi is guilty of treason, and that's
I think you heard my speech yesterday. You owe the people an apology. You lied about President Trump. You owe the people an apology. I've done mine.
You also lied about President Trump, Marjorie Taylor Greene. This is where it gets good. You also lied. You said President Trump supports America. He doesn't. Why didn't he end homelessness? Why didn't he legalize marijuana? Why didn't he provide health care for all citizens? He ran on giving health care to everybody, and he didn't do it. In fact, he took health care away from people. So you lied about President Trump too, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Yesterday. Okay, next question. Did any of you hear my speech yesterday?
I gotta say, like, she's kind of having a meltdown, right? But I'm honestly a little impressed by the fact that she's holding her cool. Like being up there and having people like yelling at you for being an idiot and saying that they don't buy any of your lies. I mean, that's got to be stressful, right? So I'm just saying, like, let's see, like, this might get good.
You regret saying that she is guilty of treason and deserving of death.
Congressman, what do you see as your role here going forward?
My role is the job I got elected to do. I'm going to vote very conservative, pro-life, pro-Second Amendment.
How can you say you want to end homelessness and then say I'm going to vote pro-conservative? Like, what? Okay, so earlier, like, you kept that. Oh, did you listen to my speech? Well, I'm listening. You said you wanted to end homelessness. All right. If a bill comes to the floor, a housing guarantee, are you going to vote for it? That's what I would ask.
Pro-border, pro-America, pro-American businesses, pro-economy, pro-jobs. We need to reopen this country. We need to put kids back in schools. Keeping them at home is killing our children. Depression is high, suicide's high. We canceled prom, canceled graduation, canceled their lives. I'm going to be working hard on those policies, and I'm going to be holding the Republican Party accountable and pushing them to the right.
Can I follow up on that? What do you say to those 11 Republicans?
Thank you, Jen Pellegrino with OAN. You mentioned AOC.
OAN, you see that? Look at that face. She knew. She was like, OAN! Let's go. Listen, I'm sorry if you can barely hear it, but listen, let's go.
I'm going to be holding the Republican Party accountable and pushing them to the right.
Can I follow up on that? What do you say to those 11 Republicans?
Thank you, Jen Pellegrino with OAN. You mentioned AOC, and I wanted to ask you about that. You know, your supporters commonly know you as MTG. There's a lot of comparisons that could be made with a freshman in Congress making waves.
She's asking about comparing MTG to AOC.
Receiving positive and negative attention on both sides of the aisle. Would you say that perhaps you've maybe scared Democrats in the media as well, in the same way that AOC, when she stepped on the scene, kind of made waves among Republicans?
I'd say there's a comparison between us and the fact that we really don't care what other people think about us, because I can say that for myself. I've never met her, but I assume she probably feels that way. But there's a major difference in us. AOC embraces policies of socialism to what you could call communism.
Okay, earlier in this press conference, you said you wanted to end homelessness. AOC wants to end homelessness. So when AOC wants to end homelessness, communist. When I say I want to end homelessness, I'm a patriot. What?
She wants to have all the power, and then the people that she claims she wants to help, her policies would reduce.
AOC wants to, like, have all the what is she even saying? Like, in her brain, like, again, because she's a dumb motherfucker, so in her brain it's like AOC, communist, have all the power. AOC wants all the power, she is communist. Like, what does that mean?
Reduce them to poverty, and they wouldn't have many freedoms left. So there's a big difference than us.
So AOC is a communist because she's a communist, and we all know communism is when you make people poor. What? Like,
I support our Constitution and all of our freedoms, and I'll work very hard against her policy.
Only the really, I hate to say this, but those with the lowest IQ, only the...
Jen?
Yes, one more question. So Representative Adam Kinzinger this morning on Twitter, he said there's no remorse here for your past comments, just a huge desire to be famous.
If you didn't hear that, someone in the background, you should answer other people's questions, because now she's double dipping from OAN.
There's no remorse here for your past comments, just a huge desire to be famous. What do you say to him and the other 10 Republicans that voted against or voted for removing you from the committee?
Well, there were 10 that voted for impeachment against President Trump, and they definitely paid the price. They heard from Republican voters. There were 11 that voted against me yesterday, and that's something that our leaders should be very upset about. Kevin McCarthy and the rest of the Republican Party is working hard on taking back the majority, and when you have Republicans in the ranks voting against one of their own, opening the door for Democrats to go after every single Republican next, that really is a big betrayal, and that could cost us the majority in 22. People are very angry. That's all I've heard from people all morning, furious about that. So I hope that my Republican colleagues really think about what they've done. I'm sure they're going to hear from their voters at home, because the base is loyal to President Trump, and the base has been very loyal to me, and they've shown me that.
My question is there anything that you have said that you now want to say I'm sorry for? Not just you regret or walk back, but is there anything you are sorry for saying in the past?
She's asking if she apologizes, and what she apologizes for, rather than just saying she's moved on or something. Decent question. I would rather ask her about the homeless thing, but, you know, whatever.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry for saying all those things that are wrong and offensive. And I sincerely mean that. And I'm happy to say that. I think it's good to say when we've done something wrong. So, yeah, that's easy for me.
I agree with that, but I mean, I don't. That's a dumb question. It's a dumb question.
Yes. You promised to apologise yesterday.
Congresswoman, are you sorry to David Hogg? What you said to him and about him?
David Hogg was an adult when I talked to him. I don't think any of you have realized that. David Hogg was working with the organization they were going around working hard for strict gun control laws. I'm very opposed to those policies. And so being in the same situation as David Hogg, my voice matters too. And so
reminder, she made that up?
No, I'm not sorry for telling him he shouldn't push for gun control. What we need to do is we need to protect our children. I think you're expecting. We should protect our children.
I think, I hope she is expecting, but I just, wow. I mean,
and your baby as well.
That's not something you
with
should
good
say
guys
to
with
people.
guns and not allow them to be sitting there sitting ducks. Yeah, thank you.
You talked earlier about the media teaching people to hate, but wasn't it you who liked a page on
So this is a good one. The media teaching people to hate, but wasn't it you?
Facebook a comment saying Nancy Pelosi should get a bullet to the head?
But you said that Nancy Pelosi should get a bullet to the head, while you're claiming that Democrats and the media tell people to hate. So, pretty good question.
You know, this reminds me of when you guys would ask President Trump, President Trump, do you
deflect. So earlier she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, sincerely so sorry about everything I did. And then when someone else is like, are you sorry about, calling to kill Nancy Pelosi? And she's like, what you did to President Trump! Right? It's like, okay.
Denounce white supremacy, and he would say, I denounce it. And then you would ask him again, and he would have to say, I denounce it.
Those comments yesterday, did you? In your
I have said it.
No, specifically.
Here's the thing.
The stream seems to be cutting off soon.
Keep telling the same story over and over, but you don't want to tell the truth. That's your problem. And that's how we end press conferences. Okay.
All right, she just walks away. All right. She just walks away. I don't like having live streams end while it's screen recording, because then you can see what the YouTube algorithm recommends to me, and I find that to be awkward. So that's why I shut the thing off. But she just walked away. All right, that was a waste of my fucking time. But whatever. Isn't Biden supposed to be saying something today as well? What's going on with Biden? Are we riding with Biden here in this chat room? I'm going to be honest. If Biden is streaming, I don't care. So, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, that's basically my show for today. Wow, that was, a little bit bizarre. But, I expected it to be bizarre. Yeah. There you go. Again, what I would recommend doing is, absolutely replying to this tweet and backing me up. Let's get it done. That's gotta happen. I'm crying with Biden. I'm also crying with Biden. You want people to know what YouTube recommends to you? I don't want people to know. I just, it's an invasion of my privacy. So, thank God. I hope the last press conference of hers we have to watch. I mean, I love Marjorie Taylor Greene as far as content is concerned. She is extremely fun to just mock. Like, she's just dumbest of the dumb. What is she sorry about? She is sorry. She is a sorry situation. Yeah, I mean, again, if you want to apologize for things specifically, go for it, right? But you can't get, like, triggered like that. It's like, especially when you're advocating to kill people. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a little bizarre. Like, if she were truly sorry, what she would have done is, she would have said, like, oh, I got wrapped up in the Q movement. I was, people that were my friends were telling me these things, and I believed them, and, that kind of, like, you can make an apology that's not just saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, next. Like, I'm, like, my lord? You know what I mean? Ugh. You sent me a real funny clip on Twitter. Let me verify its humor. Oh my God.
I want to bring you back in here. First of all, just your top line reaction to that.
Bravo, Marjorie Taylor Greene. That was so good, I almost had to smoke a cigarette afterwards. She was policy focused. She was graceful. I think she pointed out the hypocrisy in the media.
Look at her face, by the way.
Marjorie Taylor Greene. That was so good, I almost had to smoke a cigarette afterwards. She was policy focused.
She just had like that,
Greene. That was so good, I almost had to smoke a cigarette afterwards. She was policy focused. She was graceful.
Oh my God. I fuck. I shit and I fuck. My God. Oh. Ooh. Anyway, does anyone have any questions, concerns, or comments they want to bring to my attention? I want to discuss the fact that I timed someone out in the chat room earlier for being a dumb motherfucker. Again, if you want to spam my chat room, that's, in my opinion, that's the cutoff. If you want to have, like, a legitimate conversation with me, that's fine. But if you're just going to spam, like, you're dumb, you don't know anything, over and over and over again, I'm sorry, that's just a waste of my time. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste for everyone else's time. So I just wanted to address that. Stan, what are some healthy non-sugar snacks? One of my favorite snacks, if not my favorite snack, is popcorn with hot sauce. Nothing else. Air-popped popcorn. So we're talking about you buy kernels from a grocery store. None of that microwave bullshit. None of that stovetop bullshit. You buy kernels from a grocery store. You buy an air popper. They're like $15, right? You pop the kernels into a big bowl and you sprinkle hot sauce in it. And then you shake it up. You go like, whoosh, whoosh, and then the hot sauce gets all over it. So throwing that out there. Another option, I would say, that was one of my favorites, salsa and chips. Now, the problem with salsa and chips is you got to make sure the chips aren't fucked up. A lot of tortilla chips are kind of fucked up. I would recommend looking for bean chips, like chips that were made from black beans or other sorts of beans. That's my jam right there. Also, if you're getting store-bought salsa, which, feel free. But if you're getting store-bought salsa, make sure you're not getting store-bought salsa with added sugar. And, yeah, one of my, again, this is something I've been doing for a long time, but,
No, seriously, hot sauce. I've been eating a lot of hot sauce, a lot of raw peppers and hot sauce.
Also, what about eggs? Should I be careful about eating them too much? To my understanding, as far as eggs are concerned, you should eat no more than 3. And I just want to say, just for the record, feel free to fact check me on anything I say. I can every now and then, I might, somehow make a mistake or whatever. So feel free to fact check everything I say. I'm just giving you useful tips, and you should always do your own research as well. But as far as I know, if you eat less than 3 yolks a day, you're fine. As far as cholesterol is concerned, most of the cholesterol in eggs is contained in the yolks, and most of the protein is contained in the whites. So what I do is when I make eggs, I'll make 6 eggs, and I'll usually only have 2 yolks and then have 4 egg whites, and I remove the yolks. What I do is I crack the egg, break it in half, and then I just take the shell and I dip the shell into the yolk, and then I just throw that into the trash can. Sometimes my family, I'll ask them ahead of time, so you want me to save yolks? And sometimes they'll say yeah, but don't worry about that. And so that way you get a bunch of protein, you get all the vitamins that are in the egg yolk, and you put that shit on some, let's say a bread that has fiber in it, like whole grain bread, and you've got yourself a fucking well-balanced motherfucking breakfast. So, I don't think there's such a thing as organic ketchup. Like, it's tomato paste. I mean, tomato paste is tomato paste. Once it becomes ketchup is when you add the sugar. Ketchup is just tomato paste and sugar. That's my understanding. Maybe I'm wrong, though. A water bottle works, too. Can suck up the yolk perfectly. Yeah, but that's like an extra tool. You know what I mean? Like, you got the egg shell in your hand. Like, when you crack the egg open, the eggshell is already in your hand. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't get more convenient than that. But yeah, what you could do is, I guess, squeeze a water bottle and then put the tip on the yolk and then unsqueeze it, and it should pop in there. Use a banana instead of egg for vegan pancakes. I don't eat bananas. I have to watch my potassium levels. These capitalists want to steal our pensions by poisoning us. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hello, Soul Rebel. Hello, Factual Fatali. Are y'all new here? Anyway, if there's ever a new viewer, feel free to, let me know and say hi. Because one of my favorite things about having this platform that I have right now is just meeting new people. Like I've been saying, I want my, life mission, and, maybe this is a little bit main character syndrome, but my life mission is to make your life better. If you ever come across me, if you ever, stumble upon me, I want your life to be better as a result of having done so. So that's kind of, my thing. That's what I want to do. So whether that is, a lot of, podcasters only talk about politics. They don't really talk about healthy eating. They don't really talk about, other stuff besides politics, which is okay. But I like to have, my show is, a humanitarian show. The reason I cover politics is because it affects us. And, that I don't cover politics because it's politics. It's not I'm going to cover sports, or I'm going to cover video games. I'm going to, to me, it's not about that. It's about the fact that this shit affects our lives. And again, you can have, my whole point about being in politics is to affect change positively in other people's lives. And again, if I can advocate for legislation, I will. But I could also just tell people information that they can make positive changes in their life tomorrow. Don't have Pop-Tarts with butter. I'm just saying, Been watching since the election when you said Biden should win, but from a bunker. I mean, I was, unfortunately that was not the case. But, we got close one way or another, which, obviously given the effects on the events on January 6th, obviously, I should not be incendiary about that. Not new, but hi to all the newbies. Okay. I don't know. I know there's a lot of people in my chat room that also don't talk much. I just want to say, again, you should feel comfortable being here. If you're just an antisocial person, that's fine. I'm antisocial, or at least I was. That's one of the things that I've been working on over the last year is not being so antisocial. And I've been doing a lot of work on that as well. Yeah, so I mean, if you're antisocial and that's your thing, that, I don't want to pressure you. You shouldn't feel pressured. Met her in NYC when she ran for office. No, Mickey? Awesome. I would love to go to New York City. I have a lot of friends that live in New York City. One of my goals is when this pandemic is over, I want to do a tour to all the major cities where people that I've never been to. I'd like to go to Chicago. I'd like to go to Los Angeles, New York City, Philadelphia. I've been to Philadelphia, but because there's a lot of my followers that live in all these big cities or live relatively close. I'd love to just do a tour throughout these places. And that sounds fun to me. And if you maybe we can even carpool. That could be a thing, right? I don't know. I don't know how to drive, so I'd have to trust you with my life, and that we can deal with that at another point. But I would like to do that, carpool around the country kind of a thing. That'd be cool, right? That'd be neat. Hello, Max. You could get like a bus or something. Does anyone like do like a tour bus? I don't know. Like, why not? Could be fun. Yeah, I'd love to go to Portland. That's another city I'd like to go to. I know I have a lot of people in there too. Seattle is another city. I'd like to go to like I don't know if I might just avoid Florida. Fuck Florida. That's not what it's called. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. No states here. Oh my god. We'll maybe go up to Canada. We'll see. A party bus. Hell yes. Zero PE. If I'm going to do a thing where I tour the country and visit like a lot of viewers, I'm not going to do it right now. Like I'm going to wait like another 6 months and see where see if there's an uptick. And then 2, I'm not going to do it during a fucking pandemic because I know there's a lot of my followers that have gotten like the virus, so I'm not going to risk that. It's irresponsible. But yeah. Yeah. I think that's about it for the show. I'd like to say again, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Again, back me up on Twitter, right? I'm trying to get that Quest sponsorship, y'all. Reply to this tweet and say that I love Quest products. Say that you love Quest products and that I love Quest products. Say that you've, never heard of their products until I started talking about them. Say that I focus on healthy eating, right? Just back me up here. Let's see what we can go. Because I got demonetized, so I'm going to be out $500 to $1,000 a month. I got to find a way to bring that back. And if it's in the form of food products, that's fine. They don't need to give me money. If they want to give me like free boxes of Quest bars, I'd love that. I'd eat them all on stream as far as I'm concerned. So back me up here. So I'll see y'all later. And I'd like to, pour one out for Tim Pool, who's about to be 34.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids.
Can we talk about the other person he's talking to saying, oh, that's the best.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had... I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is though? It's definitely not me. I think it's everybody else.
So stupid. Thank you. Running against the worst candidate in the history of presidential politics puts pressure on me. Could you imagine if I lose my whole life? What am I going to do? I'm going to say, I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody, and that was a retweet. I'll put it out there. People can decide for themselves. I don't take a position.
But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. We have to respect our great people in law and order.
Everybody digging my chili when I'm laying down? That is not true.
And by the way, I don't think that's some grand conspiracy. I think this is sort of what power is. I mean this at a sort of high level.
Everybody digging my chili when I'm laying down? That is not true.
Well, you have to understand, the first time I ever heard of Black Lives Matter, they were chanting pigs in a blanket, talking about police. Pigs, talking about our police. Pigs in a blanket, fry them like bacon.
You will file articles of impeachment against President Joe Biden. You will...
And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it. And where it should have stopped is at the deal standpoint when they thought about it.
I could just get this sentence out. We can talk about Jimmy Dore can go and kill 15 kids tomorrow, and I still believe in force the vote.
Good news is, for me, I'm here. The bad news for you is I'm coming back.